Alright, I'm going to give this a go. I'm really not technically advanced with this. Mary, hope it works. So this is I found these lunch bags, loot bags, what have you, at Woolies. They're about $3 for a pack of 10, nice and sturdy. So saw this on YouTube. I've done a bit of a change. So with it facing this way in front of you, I'm going to slit, I'm going to turn it around actually to do that, and I'm going to slit down the gusset just along the top, just from here, from the edge, just from here. And that's not been done very well, I'm trying to do it quickly. So this, we score it here where the bag, the bottom of the bag meets the main bag. Fold that up. Probably should have done that before I cut because it's going to be a bit dodgy. And then give it a really good crease with your bone scorer. Then the folded edge, take that up to the open edge, or just before, and then again give that a really good crease. This bit in here, grab your glue, and we're going to just glue that bit closed. Now, this bit up here, can we see that? Yeah. This bit will end up being closed to form the side pocket. This flippy bit here, we're going to glue down. So it's this bit's a bit tricky. Just squirt a bit in there. Very dodgy. And then a little bit on the other side. So that's these bits. Give that a good rub. Yep, no oozing. And now that so that's those bits here, they're down. This is still open. We'll get to that in a minute. Now, did I have some paper? I've pre-cut lots of things, but I don't know that I pre-cut that. Anyway, what we'll do, we'll just do a, this isn't essential, but it's just nice to have a, little something inside that top pocket. You probably could line the end one too. I didn't bother with that. Didn't think about it really. And I'm being really rough, so you don't have to, be super careful. I'm not sure whether you could hear that truck. We live on a highway, on the Mule Highway, so trucks are slowing down. Noisy engine brakes. Doesn't worry me. And we're right in between two intersections too in town. Flip it, and then we're doing the same on the other side. You're not going to see a lot of this, but I don't know, maybe I'm just being pedantic. Just because you can. Yeah. So it's really just lining that pocket. So we've got this done. So now that we've lined those two, we're going to stick that bit down. And what I also did, just give it a bit of something. I glued the bottom gusset down as well. And this one here is going to be a pocket, so for to get things in and out, it's much easier to glue these gusset bits down. It might be an easier way to do this, but anyway. So glue those gusset bits down, glue the bottom gusset down, and that's the basics, the basis of it. Hold through there. Again, give it some good folds with the bone scorer after you've glued all those bits down, because it does, the gluing the bits down does change the paper shapes a little bit. Like there. That is so bad. Anyway, so that's your basics of what you've got. You've got a pocket here. Flip it, open it up here. There's a pocket in here. Done. Easy. Might not ink. If you want to ink it, then probably now's the best time to ink the edges of this. Once we're sticking paper down onto it, you will actually see the edges. So if you want them inked, better to do it now. And I'm being really rough and really quick. It's not a YouTube professional production. Where am I going there? Yeah, that'll do. Now I've pre-cut a bunch of, I've just had scraps on my table. So this one, if you want, actually we might just put a little bit of glue under here. Oozing out's not a problem because we're going to be covering that. Let's cover that now, actually, not that piece. Oh. Here's what happens when you haven't got a proper setup. I've got dodgy, all kinds of dodgy stuff going on. Something heavy to put on the foot, because that's not going to stay there. Why did it work for so long and then decided it wasn't going to work anymore? Right, vintage jug full of watercolour pencils doing the job. Thank you very much. Now, I hope I don't need to get anything out from under that lovely jug. Here we go. So this is just a leftover digital scrappy bit out of my scrap drawer. So just popping that on there. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. Oh yes, came out. Look at this beautiful vintage paper, and because I had some roses on my scraps, look at this, 1 dozen roses. Perfect. How perfect is that? So I'll cut this to size. This is just going to cover this, the other 2/3. Let me get that out of the way. Put it upright, yep. So this is just going to go over here. Now, because we've got that crease down there, give it a bit of a crease. Yep, perfect. So there's your basic internals. Now, here's my little, here we go. I'm just going to put a little pocket on this side. I will ink that because that's just a bit too white and boring. Not boring, a bit white. That was just a scrappy bit out of my scrap drawer. How many edges? I'm just going to do 2 edges. Now it hasn't got a big spine or anything, so be aware that you don't need to fill it too much. I did one with too many pages in, so now here's a little tag I made, pre-made. It's in my stash. So that's just a piece of card, coffee-dyed line paper on the back, bit of a, I think that's a Tim Holtz mushrooms, tiny toadstools. It's got a bit of a word stamp in there. This has just got some scraps of paper, bit of music, stamped, coloured, done. Pop him in there. Beautiful. This bit here, we don't need to do anything here, but I will just because it's a bit, yeah, a bit bland and boring. So, again, I've just got a little scrap of paper. It's got kind of roses on it. Poetic license, it can be roses. This has roses. This is a piece of old drawer liner. Lovely thick drawer liner. And then that's it. You don't want to add too much to that. Or we could put, this is a bit of off-cut stampy bit from, I don't know, something else I was doing. So just making a little clustery bit there. Beautiful. I might flip it. Let's flip it. And on the back, I thought we'd go with another piece of that music sheet. I love all this writing down on the bottom. This one is warning and it's a copyright, but the other one actually has the year. So it was MCM, so 19XL. X is 50. L. I was thinking that was... Anyway, I don't even know now because what I thought it was is... Anyway, it's old. Don't know. Someone... I'm going to mental blank on what L is in Roman numerals. MCM is 90. Is L 50 XL? So if it's XL, then it's 42. Could be wrong. Old. I was lucky a while ago, got a big op shop haul of magnificent music sheets. You know, some of them are only 50 cents for a whole book. I was pretty happy with that. And just give it a bit of a fold. You probably need to be careful. This particular paper is, it's okay to fold. Some of the ones I've got are just so old and brittle. You fold them and they just split. It's even reinforcing doesn't stop them splitting. But this one's pretty good. And the other bit that we'll put on the front. And I did like these brown paper loop bags because they've already got the nice, you know, brown paper. White spots showing through is not an issue either. So you can always add bits and pieces here if you wanted to. So we've got this here. Now for over here, pre-torn, pre-cut some coffee-dyed just paper sheets, and a few of the offcuts are a bit too narrow. See this one? So I just folded a little bit over here, and then there's some of that, scraps of the drawer liner, which is what that one is, same thing. So if you've got paper that's not wide enough or not big enough, just do a little fold and make it wide enough. And you can add some, you know, fun bits to it too. So this is a little booklet. Where's my ball? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is quite thin writing paper that I've coffee dyed. If you're using thicker paper, I'd probably only use 4 sheets. Any more than 6, and I found it was just a bit too chunky for the book. So 3 whole pamphlet stitch, and I'm not measuring. I'm just kind of guesstimating. Yeah, that's good. And down. Oh, and I didn't thread my needle, did I? So I'm just using crochet cotton, I think it is. Op Shop Find. I don't use anything fancy. Like you could use whatever you've got. String, baker's twine, embroidery thread, tapestry wool. I think we all know how to do you. Now it's all wobbled, so I'll start from inside out. I'll kind of keep it in line. Grab that through. Oh, I didn't do that very good. That's a bit off center. It's very off center, Sally. That's okay, I'll make it work. And then make sure when it comes through on this side that it's coming through. Find a hole on the opposite side of the center thread. Now I did one the other day and left these long, and I had a charm and beads down here, but just for this one we'll just do a bow in the middle, or you could knot and leave them hanging, or you could have them on the outside so that they're they've got dangles on the outside. Anyway, trim that. Give that a bit of a crease through there. Now you could also put something on here. I didn't do anything on there, but you can easily add something to there. And then we've got a tag here that can just pop in the front pocket like so. And then we've got another tag here that I've made, and that can just pop in that top pocket there. And that top pocket's a bit dodgy sometimes because you've got the gusset down the bottom. So you can always add something here, just don't bulk it up too much. And the original one didn't have a pocket here. Yep, so you can add something to the front, but I just wanted to do it quick and simple. And then for tying it up or keeping it closed, you could use some of this. You could use string, you could do a thicker belly band for it. Sky's the limit. Easy. Thank you.